Well, Roomies, it looks like 2024 is starting off spicier than we thought because an Ari Lennox and Joe Budden beef definitely wasn't on our bingo cards. Ari recently threatened to sue Joe. Here's all the tea we have on that situation, so you know. For those of you who know Ari Lennox, it's no surprise that she's very open with her fans about her feelings and experiences online. That was certainly the case with her tour experience opening up for Rod Wave last year. Following her time on tour, Ari recently opened up about how there were times that she'd feel uncomfortable on tour or disrespected by Rod Wave's fan base, and it really took a toll on her mental health.
It was tough, it was tough and it was heavy on my soul, feeling that energy, especially the day when the battle happened, because that side of the stage, I felt the energy.
In fact, she spoke on a viral moment during the tour back in November when a fan threw a bottle at her on stage and she went off. Her performance even ended early that night. Ari made light of the situation by showing up to her next performance wearing a football helmet. After the incident, many fans spoke out on X, formerly known as Twitter, with their opinions. One fan wrote, "Somebody needs to get Ari Lennox off that depressive Rod Wave tour." Another fan wrote, "Whose idea was it to have Ari Lennox opening for Rod Wave, crowd full of sad teenagers mixed with independent women with new apartments?" Ari also expanded on her feelings during an interview with Angela Yee, where she admitted that while the tour was difficult, she was grateful for the opportunity. Following Ari's transparency online, Mariah the Scientist also went live and shared her own experience while on tour with Rod Wave.
On that particular tour, Atlanta was kind of quiet, and I was a little upset after that show because I just felt like I was at home, and I thought the one city that was going to show me the most love was going to be Atlanta on the Rod Wave tour, but they was kind of... It was still showing me love for sure, but it was, I don't know. So, shout out to Ari. I feel her.
However, not everyone seemed to be as receptive to Ari Lennox being open about her negative experience while on tour. Joe Budden recently spoke out with his feelings on the matter and didn't necessarily agree with Ari's decision to share her personal feelings with the audience. He even went on to say that when he went through his own mental health struggles, he wasn't trying to show and tell everybody every second.
I just don't like you grabbing your phone to tell the audience how miserable you were when you didn't tell your team, or you told them and they didn't really care. If I gotta hear all about the self-improvement, then I don't want to hear all about you being a victim.
She was also saying is that this had an effect on her mental health.
Enough of that. As a that suffered, I wasn't trying to show and tell everybody every second.
Word apparently got back to Ari quickly about Joe's comments because she wasted no time responding to him on IG Live.
Next time, I'm gonna sue his disgusting, most likely limp. I'm literally at the wit's end with this stalker.
During her live, she also went on to accuse him of being obsessed with her while also calling him disgusting. Ari's online venting session got fans talking online once again, and while many were on her side, some felt differently. One fan wrote, "Ari Lennox sounds insane saying she's gonna sue Joe Budden while in the same breath saying she doesn't even know what he said. And he didn't say anything out of pocket, so her anger seems very misplaced." Another fan wrote, "Joe Budden is a peon. Ari Lennox has Rod Wave's fans throwing at her multiple nights during that tour, and y'all mad she said something about it? Y'all are crazy." Some fans expected an explosive clapback from Joe following Ari's response to his original thoughts. However, he recently responded during an episode of his podcast with a different tune.
Now is not the time for any woman out there to feel like they are under attack, unheard, or not seen. And if I've ever added to that, then I want to do my best to change the trajectory. So shout out to Ari Lennox.
Ari hasn't responded to Joe's latest statements, but we'll keep our ear to the streets as the story develops. What are your thoughts, Roomies? Was Ari Lennox too open about her experience, or was Joe Budden out of line? Roommates, thanks for watching TSR So You Know of the week. Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. Keep watching So You Know.